Okay. Hello, team. Good morning. Welcome to Wednesday. Everything's on fire all the time, and I don't know why. My stream. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So my stream was not healthy, and now it's healthy, and I don't know. Stuff's hard. Happy Wednesday. How is it going? All right, let me pop out chat here. I see Ave. Hello, Ave. If you are new to stream today and need to get your credit, make sure you let me know that as loud and proud as you can, so I can not miss giving you a grade. Okay, put you over here, got you over there. Is the stream like looking real laggy to you guys, or no? It's telling me that my stream is like lower than the bitrate should be, but it looks like it's okay on my end, so I don't know what to believe. It's, I guess, having some buffering issues. Okay, I don't know. I'm seeing weird buffering in my view, but I don't know. Okay. My voice isn't matching up with sound. It normally does though, right? I had that fixed. Huh, that's different. Because I had that all good to go. Um, 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 um. Oh, is it suddenly better? Okay, alright. Because I can't remember where I found that setting to make it said I had the sound delay, like, lined up right. I don't know, whatever. My computer probably needs a restart. It's been, like, on burning for, like, a week straight, and I haven't restarted it recently, so. Yeah, there's definitely a way to have it be where the sound is correct and lines up right. And if it's better, that means it is a streaming problem. But there it is. Yeah, the delay's still correct. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. Gradebook. Boy, this stuff is not pulled up at all. Do 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 do. Oh. Huh. Okay. Sorry. All right. This is not beginning band. Where's beginning band? Need to get Ave first thing here. And then symphonic band, wind ensemble. Here we'll put on entertaining stuff while I fumble around through my grade book here. There you go. Gaze and wonder. Okay, so beginning band, grades, symphonic band, grades, wind ensemble, grades. What is everybody up to on this fine Wednesday? The weather's actually pretty nice. Like, the last couple days have been really good, which makes it almost sad that you can't really go out and do anything. But, I mean, you can always go for a walk by yourself or, with your family. But, yeah, tough look for the like, 1 month a year in Florida where it's actually, like, pretty nice every day. Granted, that's, like, actually December, I guess, because nowadays it's, like, the high's, like, 92 every day and you melt by 3 p.m., but what are you going to do? I was telling my wife yesterday that if they did like some kind of like staggered, like if they just like had like some kind of pool lottery where everyone just like got assigned like, here's your 1.5 hour, like your 2 hour thing, like once a week you can go to the pool with like these like 4 other families, and you need to all be really far apart but you can actually be at the pool, I'd be like so excited, even though it's still probably a terrible idea. Like, man, I miss pool. I miss it a lot. Pool's great. Ave, your grade is good, girl. Thank you for saying hello. Who else needs the grades? Devin Gertman, I saw you next. I'm getting you right meow. If you don't hear me verbally say I'm getting your grade, then you need to stay and keep typing until I get your grade. Devin Gertman, you are good. Felix, I gotta get you. Okay, Felix is good. I think I got Jaden yesterday, right? Okay, Bryler. Getting you. I enjoyed your meme, Bryler. It was very good. Okay. Office hours. Bryler, you are good. I assume I'm making a lot of assumptions. I assume Bryhawk is Bryler. I mean, that's a reasonable logical leap, but just saying. Okay, Allison. I don't think I've got you yet. I do, Allison, you're good. Carter, I think I got you like 2 days ago. Jaden, did I get you the other day, dude? That's not beginning band. Where's beginning band? Why did that open next to you? Whatever. Jaden got. Brady, I got you the other day, I believe, yes? Oh, you broke your finger. Dude, that's tough look, man. I'm sorry. I mean, look, I was a dumb kid once. Like, jumping off the stairs could be kind of fun. I'm not saying you should do it. I'm saying that, you know, go 3 or 4 stairs up and, like, brace against the wall and, like, fling yours. I don't know. I shouldn't. You're right. I should encourage children to do silly things. Don't do that. Don't be like me and Jaden breaking fingers. Okay. Who else did I miss in chat? Anybody? Okay, got Brady, got Felix, Ashlyn, Adriana. Did I get you the other day? I'm sure I did, right? Yes. I think jumping up the stairs is, yeah, that's probably the correct way to go, right? Because then at least you're going upwards and not gonna fall 10 feet. Okay. So yeah, Albert, what's the deal with your grade, dude? I saw your email and I haven't got a chance to read it yet because I was running late this morning hopping on here. And why can't I find your name? Because Q's a really hard letter, that's why. Okay. Which grade is right? Like, is your beginning band grade right, or is your symphonic band grade right? Did you turn in 5 assignments or no? Let's see, Wyatt. Did I get you? I did not get Wyatt yet. Wyatt, you're good to go, dude. Beginning band is correct, which is 100 or a 60, or an 80 or whatever. I'll pull up Skyward for you here. Okay, I believe you. So your beginning band grade should be that, and it is... Yes. So symphonic band is the wrong one? Q. Oh, you must be in my other class division. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, I just totally missed it. Did you ever go back and did we figure out your week 2 grade was really low? Did you ever get all those assignments submitted or no? Brady, how is Cameron doing? How's her online schooling? Okay, anybody else in chat who's brand new? Just let me know so I can get your grade in. I think I've got everybody here. Oh, so does hard hat mode mean you can landscape, please? Okay, so you can just do that anytime? If you press start, it goes to hard hat mode? Oh, it's pretty fun. Alright, oh, I'm not in live chat. Maybe that's the problem. There we go. Oh yeah, there's a lot more stuff here now. Alright, anybody I happen to miss because I had the wrong thingy, wrong chat on. I think everyone's pretty good to go. Here, while everyone is doing that. Oh, hey Matt, what's up, dude? I can't give you credit because you're not in my grade book, but good to see you, bud. You know, while we're all hanging here, unfortunately / fortunately, no major announcements. We're kind of 4 weeks in. There's not really much more to tutorialize at this point. You guys know what's going on. Your grades are coming in. I have a ton of grades turning this week already, which is awesome. So makes my job easier. But yeah, nothing brand new to say other than keep on keeping on. Hope your home stuff's going okay. Grades are in from week 3. You should already have checked those and let me know if there's problems. Albert already did. If there's any issues, let me know, and I'll go fix them for you. But it looks like everyone's turned their stuff in, for the most part, pretty consistently. And yeah, anything, questions, concerns, problems, issues? I think we're in pretty good shape. I have not had many folks do their formal day assignment yet. That makes me sad. I want to see people in tuxedos playing flutes, and not happened yet, but that's alright. So, yeah, I think all this stuff, for the most part, pretty much has already been done before, or is pretty straightforward, so. Had a lot of good TED Talk submissions and a ton of good distance learning submissions so far, so keep up the good work there. It's been fun to read those, but. Yeah. I don't know where Janie is. Normally she's either on right away or she's asleep till the afternoon because, you know, people do their own schedules. I think this behind the island path was a good idea, at least. I doubted it first, but it's pretty clutch. Was there a fossil up there? On the top shelf? No, I think it was a stick. Never mind. It was a stick. Or it was that stick. Sticks are not fossils. At some point you'll get a tuxedo. She was like, some band you'll be in will require it. I think the high school maybe used to use tuxedos. I don't think they do anymore. They just go straight black these days, kind of like we do, but I think they just have their own black they do. But I got my first tuxedo in high school for band, because the girls got like black, it was like black chorus dresses, like plain black dresses, and the guys got like black and white tuxedos. They weren't anything real fancy. It was like one of the gentry shops in town, you know, would like hook us up, and you'd pay X dollars and get a tuxedo, right? It was less than 100, I think. It was like 90 or something, and that thing lasted me all through high school into some college. When you outgrew it, you could take your pants and they would fix them up for you, get you a new pair, and it was pretty cheap. So it wasn't anything real fancy, but it got the job done. So go finish your work, Ashlyn. Have a good time, girl. Alright, we'll let Mrs. Sargent here play some Animal Crossing, entertain y'all while I do some more grade stuff. Maybe we'll bust back out Subnautica a little bit today and get back under the sea, because I need to get that respirator finished up I was working on and find the rest of that sea moth. And then yeah, I need to go ahead and get Minecraft unpatched and repatched so that we can do a little bit of that tomorrow and Friday maybe. That's my only problem. Like I said, we're on week 4 now, and suddenly it's like, okay, well, I don't need to spend half the stream showing folks what to do anymore. So it's like, all right, well, I'm here for answering questions, but aside from that, I guess the good thing is, like I said, I'm around the house all day now. You know, Mrs. Sargent just got, you know, she's furloughed. She's hanging around the house doing stuff, so now she can entertain and play Animal Crossing while we all actually do work, which is nice. I know you're doing work. Making them bells. Provide for the family. What is this you sent me, Felix? Well, I'm glad you enjoy them, Jaden. That's my goal. If nothing else, just to at least entertain people for a couple hours a day. Your video is weird and funny. Your hand washing video. It's something else. Oh, did I turn down? I can't hear. Oh, I see. Turn up a little bit. I couldn't get my vibe on. You know the so we are unfortunately we are getting the Nook's Cranny expansion today, so the shop is closed, so there will not be many bells made on stream today, unfortunately. But there will be some landscaping work done, surely. Are you moving that house? The one above, or is that that one right there? Those two houses are moving at some point? All three of them? Okay. Whose is getting moved today? Is there already one set up to get moved today? Okay. But you can do that because that's resident service. That's not that's resident services. That's not Nook's Cranny. So that's good news. I mean, we did business, Lucas, but unfortunately, unfortunately, we're at the point now where like business is like, hey, keep doing your work because you guys know how to do it all. Like I showed the sequencer last week. I'm not going to show you how to make a band meme because like your children, if you can't figure out how to make a meme, then you need to. I mean, what are you doing with your time? Let's be honest. I mean, formal day, sure. This essay's been really good so far. This is the same as last week. That's the same as last week. This is pretty self-explanatory. I include the link and everything. That's self-explanatory. That's been on there since week 1. This I have the tutorial for already. This TED Talk thing. Whoa! The TED Talk hasn't really changed in 4 weeks. Just a different TED Talk and a different prompt. So, yeah. Business is booming, but doesn't require. Now we're kind of in coast mode this week because it's Wednesday. All the new stuff's been shown off and whatnot. So technically, we are in business mode because I'm putting in your grades while, like I said, my wife is playing Animal Crossing. So we're all here working and being entertained. What are you working on right now? You've been making them ranchula islands and selling them. That's what we did last night. So, fun fact, Mrs. Sargent is terrified of tarantulas, so she just clears an island and gives me the switch and says, catch these for me for like the next 2 hours, and I do that. Which is, I mean, it works, because I don't want to clear the island, but I don't mind catching the tarantulas. And then we made like 180,000 bells from Flick last night, so we were doing okay. Lucas, you should be doing your homework. I don't think you've turned in any band assignments this week. Technically, you turned in one because you're here on stream, so I'll give you credit for that. But it's not GTA time, it's saxophone time. Weren't you the one who turned in all your grades late last week and then said, like, sorry, it's late? So, I mean, you got time now. If you got time to play GTA, you got time to turn in your grades, dude. It is saxophone time. That's a nice bow. Oh, I'm not even showing you anymore, am I, Elise? Sorry. There you go. Switching over to me. Oh, I got a pretty dapper outfit on right now, I'm going to be honest. Mrs. Sargent dressed me up real nice. I'm all fancy. No, I wonder... Is someone going to... I don't want to give someone the idea because I think they should think of it themselves. It'd be funnier, but if someone wanted to submit for formal day and just dress up one of their Animal Crossing characters and just go, like, press A on, like, the saxophone or guitar or marimba, I might give them credit for that. I mean, it would have been funnier if it already happened, but, I mean, it didn't, so here I am. Devin, I already got you, I believe. Double check Canvas or Skyward or whatever it is, but yes, I got you like 20 minutes ago. By all means, hang out, but your grade is already good. Because, yeah, there's certain instruments in Animal Crossing you can go up to and press A on, and it'll just sit there and go like, beep, bop, pop, 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 pop. I got a saxophone yesterday, and then we have a marimba, there's a guitar. I know there's, like, some that probably don't make sounds, but the ones I have found so far do make sounds, so. Sure, Jaden, that's fine. Except if you do too much, it's never going to count against you. Plus, if you do extra this week, and there's one week where, like, you only get a chance to do 4 or something, and be like, hey, I did 6 that one, I'll be like, okay, sure, that's fine. As long as someone's not doing, like, you know, all 14 this week and then nothing for 3 weeks. But even that, I'd be like, alright, well, shoot, they put the work in, so. Man, Animal Crossing's real good. Let's talk about trumpet tone, guys. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Strive to be like the Animal Crossing main theme with your trumpet. Just saying. There's worse things to sound like. What's that? Yeah, turn it down a little bit. I don't know if it's picking up in the mic at all, but if it is, it's probably getting weirdly, like, offset. Is John Luke on today? I'm looking at his hand washing video right now. That's pretty good. I appreciate some folks going really all out with their videos every week, and that's makes me happy. Alright, Lucas, have fun, dude. Tell your mama hello. Hope the family's doing well. Well, I mean, this week's video game theme, so we'll let folks interpret that how they will. Did you record an Animal Crossing song, Jaden, or did you record your hand washing video? Oh, that's a nice butter. It's a good size too. It's not too big, not too small. Our effigy to the money butterfly. We would not be here without him or her. It. That butterfly's made us a lot of bells. I'll be honest. 2,500 pop. How many we caught? Probably 30, 40, 50 of those things. Oh, a whole bunch. Whole bunch. I bet at least one entire house payment came with those money butterflies. Okay, that's that. Matthew was here. I'll be still here or not. What's up, please? What about Buck? I'm whistling? Don't whistle? Oh, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm whistling and it annoys y'all. I didn't mean to. It's hard not to jam along. Jeez, Brady. Why didn't that crate get saved? Why is it showing me not happening? blue rinse and go real fast, Brady. Be nice. You can say funny dumb things once, but you can't do it multiple times. It's called being classy. So we're moving Buck's house to right there. Okay. Yeah, what are the high school folks doing for Mr. Langford and Mr. Ellis right now? Like, what's Ryan doing for his, like, are they doing like weekly assignments? Are they doing like playing test stuff? Like, I actually haven't talked to Mr. Langford but once, like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago. Well, you should ask him, dude. I presume he's in the same house as you, probably right now. Not that you have to right now, I'm just saying. You should probably talk to your brother. I mean, just saying. Well, you gotta invade, dude. Put on your camo and paint your face and army crawl in there. Yeah, that sounds about right. Did he ever decide on where he's going to school in the fall? Presuming that there is school in the fall? I don't remember if if I heard that. Ah, congrats, right on. Sorry. He was going to there, but now but yeah, I don't know. The colleges are going to be really different, right? Like, college is going back into session is going to be an entirely different ballgame than like public schools going into session. Like, remember how they called their school year, like they said we're going remote only like a week or two before us. And the obvious thing is that, you know, it's a liability thing because some of these students like live on campus, and like it's not just like the kids go to school and they go home, right? Some schools are commuter based, right? And that's fine. But if you're going to UCF and you're living on or around campus, like you're technically you're not really the charge of the university, but technically like you kind of are, especially when the university has like dorms, right? If you're living like on UCF's campus in the dorms, and they're kind of responsible for you, at least like in like a liability aspect, right? So if they go back to school, like, I don't know if they'll go back to school at the same time we would, right? Because at the end of the day, middle school, high school, elementary school, like, I'm not saying that, quote unquote, they're like a babysitting service, but at a certain point, like, they are, right? Like, it's hey, the kids go to school, the parents go to work, and everyone reconvenes at home in the evening. The college experience is not about that, right? So you're not having to worry about, okay, well, we're providing a public service by having these kids here all day. They could stay remote for a year, and it really wouldn't, because it wouldn't really affect anything, right? It would affect, obviously, the quality of education and, like, the curriculum design and all that stuff, but if they stayed remote for a year, look, they're still getting tuition money, like, they're still getting, all of that stuff still comes in, right? You just have the campuses be closed, so they may be way more cautious for way longer than, like, public schools are, you know, right or wrong. So there's not much of a rush for them to get back in session because they're not, you know, taking care of this public service for these families, right? Keeping these kids during the day so parents go to work, which is, you know, a part of what we do. Yeah. Anyway. Carter asking the important questions here. Yeah, some schools will do like a summer semester or like a summer like orientation kind of like thing where you can go and take a class and be on campus and stuff. But I don't know what UCF's plans are. UCF's? Whatever. I don't know how UCF does it. I don't. I mean, basically every college offers some sort of like they offer summer classes, right? Either like a UGA offer what was called a Maymester, which I don't know if every school does that or not. Probably a lot of them do, but you would take like one or two classes, but you go to class like 3 or 4 hours straight. Like I did, like one of my education classes was like it was like educational psychology was like 8 to noon, and it was every day 4 hours, or it was like 8 to 11 or 11:30. It was 3 to 4 hours long every day, 5 days a week, and then but you got the entire curriculum done in a month. So over the course of May, like school's out end of April, whatever, you had finals, and then like one weekend, and then hey, Monday starts Maymester. You could then knock out an entire basically semester, right, an entire spring or fall amount of work in the course of 1 month. So I did Maymester basically every year because it was a chance, hey, I can get this one class out of the way, I'm still around school for the summer. Like a lot of times when you're signing like apartment leases, because you're living like on and around campus in your apartment. It's a 12-month contract. Like some folks will like sublet it for the summer, like try and get someone to come live at their apartment and pay them rent to then pay rent to their you know um, apartment complex. But it was easier. It's like, hey, I'm here for 12 months anyway. I'm paying for the rent for 12 months anyway. It doesn't make sense to go home for 2 months and not like it's kind of like you're losing money. So I would stay and usually do a Maymester and then like a summer semester course. I think one Maymester I did like that educational psychology class in the morning, and then in the afternoon I did like a softball class because I had to do a PE credit. And then the next year, like a summer class, I did like I think I did like a June session, um, like conducting class and like percussion methods class. So yeah. This thing will probably no, it will not be under control by the summer. Unfortunately, I wish it would be. I mean, probably is correct. It might be, but yeah, I don't think so. Sorry, dude. I'm hoping it's under control enough for something to open back up, but um, yeah, I think we're gonna be with this being over our heads for a while yet. So I don't know. We're all trying to think right now, like what happens if we don't go back to school in the fall, like what happens for. I mean, I don't even mean that necessarily. Like I'm hoping by August we're back doing stuff, but hey, what happens to marching band this summer? Probably not happening, right? Like what happens to band camps? What happens to competitive seasons? What happens to all of the band dates we set in the calendar the year prior? Because now, what if we start school later? What if we can't have band class the way it normally is because they like have class size restrictions? Like I don't even know. So there's so many questions that we have to really. It's almost like we can't do anything because there's just like so many unknowns. We have to kind of wait till some decisions are made. But no one can make decisions because everyone's just going to try and see what they think is best for right now and then realize it does or does not work. So we're kind of in, wait and see mode. So Georgia, unfortunately, just is said they're, as of Friday, opening up a bunch of stuff like nail salons and hairdressers and bowling alleys. And then Monday they're opening up like restaurants and movie theaters, and I don't think that's a smart idea right now, considering their like cases keep going up and have not started coming back down yet. But I guess they're gonna run the experiment for the country, and then we see how it goes, which is unfortunate because I have a lot of friends there that work in healthcare, and that's not an exciting thing to hear when your job is to hope and is to work with people who get sick. So yeah. Hey, as someone who also will soon need a haircut, let me tell you, buy yourself a pair of like $20 clippers and never look back, because you're going to save so much money in the long run anyway. Just put on a 5. Put on a 5 guard and just go all the way around. And just every 3 weeks do that. You'll feel fresh. It's way cheaper than paying $15 for a haircut somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. The problem is if they open back up too fast, which they're doing obviously, then the odds of it getting worse and making it take even longer is astronomically higher, right? Like you're like, oh, we'll do this and it's all going to be fine because we'll open back up a little bit, and then pretty soon we can be opening up everything because everything will be better. But it's like I open up a little bit and stuff gets bad again, then you're back on the hard lockdown. And other states are opening up because they were more cautious. They got their cases down far enough where maybe you can reopen with precautions, and then you're behind the 8 ball because you tried to do it too quick, right? It's a bad look. Again, I'm for y'all's sake, I'm very glad it's not our state doing that yet. I wonder how long it'll be before that happens here. I don't know. But it's unfortunate because I'm from there, and I know a lot of people there. A lot of folks, my parents still live there. I know a lot of people who work as nurses and in hospitals there. From, where I came from and, like, jobs I worked, like band jobs I worked before this, a lot of parents who were nurses and doctors. It's like, sorry, y'all. Nothing else to say. Just like, yeah. As a teacher, you talk about politicians making decisions that make your job harder frequently, or people who are not in education making decisions that make your job harder. And this is very much, hey, here you go. Here's it happening to you, and it's not fun. You saved our island from what? I just think they always ask that, like, once every week or two, so you can get rid of them if you want. Yeah, we better not like Eric. Eric's gonna stay on this island forever. Eric is MVP, full time. #1 with the bullet. Sorry. Yeah, 100%. It's different, obviously. Girls can wear their hair a little bit longer and don't feel like they need a haircut, quote unquote, to like, exist because you get all shaggy and it's terrible. But at the same time, guys have the benefit of like, well, if you never tried to like a buzz cut, now's the time. Buy clippers. They're not very expensive. Just do it all at once, and then be like, okay. Because I think for like 4 or 5 years throughout college, I would just do that. Just once a month, because you can do it yourself too. Just get a mirror, just go as far as you can. Get the back. You have the guard on there, so it's like you're not gonna like cut it too short. And then you're like, oh man, I just saved myself like 10 or $15 right now. So nowadays, obviously, I'd rather go have someone else do it for me and support that business. But at the same time, back then, I didn't have a bunch of money to throw around on haircuts, so it was what worked for me. Ah, Shane, hello. Let me get your grade in, dude. I think I did not get you yesterday because you weren't here yesterday. Let's see. Did you go back, Shane, and get some extra assignments done? Were you missing assignments from like week 1 or something? I forget if you were one of the ones who was doing like extra work to go back and make up a grade from before. Because if you did, just send me a message and remind me like, hey, I did like 7 things in week 2. Can you give me credit for week 1? And I'll go back and I'll add those grades in. But if you don't tell me, I'm going to forget, or I'm just not going to get to it because I have like 1,000 folks in that same boat right now. All right, well, you're here now. Tell me what you need. Like, what week did you do extra in, and what week do you need credit for? I'm pulling up the Gradebook right now. I'm looking at you. I see you did 5 things week 3. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, shoot, dude. Yeah, okay, you did a ton. All right, so yeah, you're good. I'll fix that right now. Yeah, you did everything week 2. Good for you. 6 spirit here. Oh, I already fixed it. Didn't I? Is your grade 100? I think your grade's 100 now. I think it's showing on my end that you're fixed up. I added the week 1 in before. So you must have already contacted me once about it, and I already got taken care of for you, so. Okay. Good deal. Yeah, the hardest part about this whole thing is just keeping track of everything, right? Because everybody's trying to submit stuff. And look, if everyone's doing the right thing and putting in 5 grades a week, and it's like I could just go through once and do it, my job is really easy. But because that's not happening, because it's like, okay, well, someone didn't read their instructions week 1, or someone somehow didn't get my remind message or my mass email or my Canvas message or my announcement in this class about how to do your assignments. They didn't do week 1, and now they're trying to make it up, and it's like, oh, I did 6 things this week, so I got to go back and grade that 6th thing when they finally did it and remind me to go back. Hey, look at week 2, I did a 6th thing. Okay, let's grade that. Okay, let's go back to week 1. Let's transfer that grade over to week 1. Then we go back into Skyward, do the same thing in Skyward, and it ends up being like a 17-step process to like let one assignment get made up. So it's a whole thing. I don't need like pity. I'm just saying that the hardest part of this is I'm trying to be flexible for everybody to a certain degree, but at the same time, it's like me being a little bit flexible requires me putting in 20-ish minutes for one student, and I have 280 to sort out. So it's like I need folks to be on their game doing the right thing, and for the most part, people are. And I'm not saying you're not, Shane. You're doing fine, but hopefully once I get someone on the right track, then I'm not having to go back every week and like babysit that kid. Like, okay, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? And that's been more or less the experience so far, where someone's finally like, oh, I checked my band page and I saw I had a bunch of messages and I'm missing like 14 assignments. Okay. Start with this week. Just get 5 done. Let's start with, where we're at right now, and then we can always work backwards later. So that's been vaguely successful. Man, the in-house jam is a jam. Man. It makes me want to play Earthbound again, man. That's a great game. Is that on the Switch catalog, the Super Nintendo? I don't think it is. I wish it was, but I don't think it is. Earthbound. If you've not played it, you should check it out. That game is pretty neat. There's no good RPGs on that. That's the only thing I don't like about that Switch Super Nintendo catalog. I mean, granted, you could call Link to the Past an RPG, and it kind of is, and that's like one of the greatest games ever made. But you don't get any of those early like Square, like Super Nintendo, like Final Fantasy V and 6 were on Super Nintendo. You had Chrono Trigger, arguably the best JRPG of all time. You have things like Earthbound that are totally different than like what you think about as an RPG in that era, but are super cool. Yeah, I don't know. I think they will do 64. I think that was going to be their release this year for E3. I don't know what happens now, right? Like when they're going to announce that stuff. I'm hoping you get a day and date. I'm hoping we get okay, we were going to do this Nintendo Direct during E3 anyway, so it's June, whatever, like 10th, whenever E3 happens. Okay, it's June 10th. Here's our Nintendo Direct E3, even though it's not E3, and they do a day and date. Like, okay, here's 10 new games coming to Super Nintendo. Here we're releasing N64 eShop or whatever it is online, and then we're also releasing day and date. Here's the digital release of the Super Mario, like All-Stars 3D Mario, right? Like you get all the they've already announced they're doing like the Sunshine, Galaxy 1 and 2. 64, hopefully Mario Land and Mario World, the 3D ones from the Wii U, because those were great games, and I never got to play them because I didn't have a Wii U. Yeah, I'll do Subnautica here in a little bit. I'm doing some grades right now and talking too much to play a game intelligently. But yeah, I hope they do that. I don't know. I'm afraid they're going to do like some kind of piecemeal rollout where it's like, okay, here's Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine for $60. I'd be like, no thanks. Because those games are great, but I don't need to pay $60 to play those. Like, they're not games I've already played 64 1,000 times on Switch or on 3DS, or sorry, not Switch, on the 64 or on 3DS or whatever the case is. Sunshine is just not a great Mario game. It's totally fine. I liked it more than the average bear, but it's not a great Mario game. It doesn't control great. The camera's but not as good as it should be for a GameCube game especially, right? And then Galaxy 1 and 2, great. Give me Galaxy 1 and 2. I would pay $60 for those because I didn't play Galaxy 2. I played Galaxy 1. I know a lot of folks like Galaxy 2 more than Galaxy 1. I like Galaxy 1 a lot. It's a great game. But $60 for those games that's not a good cost proposition. I don't know. If you give me all 4 for 60, okay, sure, sign me up. If you can give me like Galaxy 1 and 2 and then Super Mario 3D World or whatever the Wii U one was, okay, cool. But if it's going to be like, here's 64 and Sunshine, Here's Galaxy 1 and 2. Here's like Mario 3D Land, 3D World. If they release like a Switch version of that 3DS version of it, or 3DS kind of off branch of it, that's too much. I don't know. That's too much. That's fine. You were probably a kid when Sunshine was out, right? You were, or you were, that may have been like your first Mario game, right? And it's not a bad game. It's just not, it's not in the pantheon. For me, I've played everything from, when I was a kid, like I played Super Mario World was my first Mario game. I think that's the best Mario game. It's also the right answer. Like that is the best Mario game probably ever made. Super Mario World is unimpeachable. That may be the best game ever made. Sorry, hot take. But like that, I had Super Mario RPG or Super Mario All-Stars, whatever that was, back for the Super Nintendo. So you got like Super Mario World, had Mario 1 and 3 and 2, the English 2, which is the one you guys have probably seen more than the Lost. It's called Lost Levels over here, the real Super Mario 2. But Mario 2, Doki Doki Panic, good trivia answer. Is like the weird off-branch one where you can like pick up items and stand on enemies and stuff. That game. Which they just announced is a mushroom power-up in the new Super Mario Maker. Yeah, I mean, I trust y'all. I haven't played Galaxy 2. I've just heard a lot of people like 2 more than 1. But I'm not saying that it's true. I liked Galaxy 1 a lot. Galaxy 1 was like a better 64, right? It looked better, the camera was better, had a lot of cool stuff to it. The problem with those is I wonder how they solve the whole Wii motion thing, but also, like, the Joy-Cons can do it. And B, I think all you really used that for was a couple puzzles and like collecting the star bits in Galaxy. And you guys know, I haven't played that game in a long time, but I don't think that is like a requirement to enjoy that game. But I don't remember. I don't remember how much that actually like felt. I know you could suck in the star bits, and I guess you could fire them out to do something, but I forget what that something was. Probably, like I said, some puzzle you had to solve by shooting star bits at something. But I mean, the Joy-Cons have that stuff in it. But I would want to play that game on like the Pro Controller. So I don't know. I guess we'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, if you guys haven't ever played, like I said, that Super Nintendo, I have a great affinity for the Super Nintendo RPG era games, right? Like I love Chrono Trigger, I love Final Fantasy. Like I said, it's 3 over here, but 6 in Japan, right? It's 6 in the series. I really like a game called Secret of Evermore that's not like hugely popular in like the grand scheme of like the internet like backlog, but I think that game is really cool. I'm a huge fan of like Mystic Quest was a Super Nintendo like branch off of it was like a Final Fantasy like branch off game, for like a better term. It was like Final Fantasy. It was made by Square or Enix, whatever they were back then before they became Square Enix. I don't know. But it was like a side Final Fantasy game. And then Super Mario RPG is a great RPG. It's a cool game. It's weird, but it's cool. So just saying, Earthbound is killer. I love that game. That game spoke to my soul as a kid because it's like, hey, 4 kids saving the world. It was a good time. One of the guys fights with bottle rockets. Like, he just makes bottle rockets and he shoots them off, and like that's pretty neat. Plus, that game has a tale. That game is well loved and respected around the internet circles. Earthbound is killer. I don't know how to tell you to play it because it's not on like Switch's catalog. I mean, I could tell you how to play it, but I'm not going to talk about emulation right now and get myself in trouble. So, if you want to play that game bad enough, you have the internet. You could probably figure out a way to play that game, but that's your journey. Yeah, I could probably put Earthbound on this stream and play a little bit of it one day because I have my Super Nintendo upstairs. I could run it as like an input into my TV. We could figure out a way to do it. I could also do it the internet way, and I could sit here with the cartridge, be like, hey, I own this game. Look at me owning this game. Look at me playing this game. I don't think that big YouTube's gonna come after me for that, but we'll see. Earthbound is super neat. If you enjoy like this kind of music too, like Earthbound's just full of nothing but like this kind of like really cool, but it's all like kind of like lo-fi because it was all Super Nintendo era. But man, that game's got some jams in it. It's so good. Second only to Chrono Trigger, which has the best music. Well, Earthbound's real name is Mother 2, so that's the Japanese title for those. But it was called Earthbound over here. Everyone talks like occasionally the internet you'll see people post about like, "I'll bring Mother 3, like give us Mother 3," because there is like Mother 3 exists. And like if you played Smash Brothers, Lucas is from Mother 3, so he's from the Earthbound sequel. He's the main character in that, not Ness. Ness of Smash Brothers is from Earthbound, which is where most of you guys have heard of that. So Lucas from Mother 3, like that game is in Japanese and was never localized, was never brought over here and put in English. But I played a version of it online and downloaded and got it that had a English, like a community did a localization of it. And it's a cool game. I like Earthbound better because that was the game I played as a kid, right? It's more of that. If you like that stuff, it's weirder. It's a little bit different, but yeah, Mother 3 is the one people want to have brought over here, be localized and be released for real. Even though you could go online and play it and download it and get a ROM for it and have the English localization already like patched in for you. So, hey, Samori, did I get you yesterday? Did you get your credit already? I don't know if I did or not. Let me check. It's not that. It's not similar to Animal Crossing, but I guess it's like a top-down view. Like it's that way, but it's not actually. It's not the same game as Animal Crossing at all. It maybe kind of looks a little bit similar, like aesthetically speaking. That's what you're going. If what you're saying, then yes, I agree. You could maybe piece like, okay, this is where this would end up 20 years later. But yeah. All right, Samari. I think I got you yesterday, Samari. Yeah. Yeah, okay, Samar, I got your grade in from yesterday, so you're good to go. Let me do a little bit of internet witchcraft here while I'm working on this stuff. What'd you listen to there, Connor? What's on the menu today? What'd you get? Sandcastle? Let's go. Do-do. This actually works. That's loud. Sorry. It's gonna be speed lag for a second. That's okay. Okay, that does work. Cool. Hey, maybe we'll play some Earthbound today. We'll see. Simple Gifts is a good chart. I'll see these fossils are, then I'm gonna play a little bit Earthbound. We can at least start. We can start the game together. Show y'all a little bit of what I mean. I think that game is super cool. Do what? Oh yeah, I'll play here in a minute. Is it okay? You can keep playing. You're hungry? You can. Am I stopping you from eating? Oh, you want to? You can stop whenever you want. That's fine. They're gonna think I'm like enslaving you to like play Animal Crossing, and I don't feed you unless you stream for 2 hours a day. My wife is not streaming against her will. She wants to play Animal Crossing, but she's also hungry, and she was afraid if she stopped playing that I would be so upset with her. Not upset. Okay, whatever. Yeah, whenever you're done, I'll put this on. Landon, what's up? Were there any new fossils? I missed it. Your teaching family videos are always very amusing to me, Landon. Your mom's such a good sport. I appreciate that. Hey, join the team here, Kyle. You getting your grades in this week here? You got, I saw you got a couple in yesterday, yeah? Let's see. You got 1, 2, 3. Yeah, you got 4. Look at you, man. Yeah, there you go. So get one more done, so you get your 5, but then probably do 1 or 2 more, and I can go back and give you credit for like week 3 and week 2 and stuff. We gotta get you started making up those points before grade reports lock in next week, ideally. So. Yeah, I'm gonna run to the restroom while she is getting ready to be done, and then I'll come back and we'll play some Earthbound here. Okay. My island's getting kind of good, but it's not because of my efforts, that's for sure. Okay, got a few more of these to grade. got a video here. Nice. Alright, just let me know when you're done, Lise. Man, Stella hates this printer. It just like turns on a little bit and like I think it like cleans and like kind of like agitates the ink so it doesn't dry out. But man, it turns on, she's just like not a huge fan. See, oh, don't growl at the printer. I know it's a big mean printer. It's a pretty sick bow. Oh god, horizontal and vertical stripes? You're a monster. Oh, phew. I bet that game doesn't run great on Switch. Maybe I'm wrong. I bet it doesn't run great. Or I bet it's very graphically compromised compared to the other versions. Yeah. So I enjoy playing games I can only play on Switch, but everything else I do not buy on Switch. Because having it portable, it's like, do I want it to be portable but have it look like not as good or run not as good? I thought about Witcher 3. I've already played all Witcher 3. So that's A, where I'm not buying it. But B, it's like, also it runs at like 30 FPS and kind of looks real muddy. Because it's, I mean, it's running on Switch, which it shouldn't be able to run on, right? Like, that shouldn't work. It's cool it does. And if I was a kid and was like going on a road trip and needed to have a 100-hour game to play while I'm driving through like the wilds of, you know, western Nevada, that sure, okay, cool. But that game is better played elsewhere if you can. So. Yeah, the big problem, I say problem, the big first world pain these days is that I don't really even enjoy playing games on my consoles anymore, because, except, I mean, Switch, because you can only play some of these games on Switch, like Animal Crossing, but my computer runs everything at 120 frames, right? And the consoles are lucky to run them at 30, maybe 60, right? But it's like everything just looks so much better here. Why? But I mean, the couch is comfortable. I kind of miss the couch and like, but. So stuff like Animal Crossing's for. Yeah, as I said, the stuff that's on Switch that is playable is very playable and very good on Switch. Like I love, like I said, stuff like Baba's U4 is great, Dead Cells is great, like so Spire on Switch is great. So it's not to say like as long as the game runs great on Switch, it's like not a problem, like for sure. But the games that don't run great, like yeah, so the Spire is on PC, I could play it here, but that game doesn't need to look good to be like, oh, this is cool. Like that game runs totally great on Switch, and that art style doesn't need to have a lot of horsepower to run well. You know, but if I came down to playing, like, if you're gonna play Skyrim, like, if you're playing on Switch, like, it's not the best that game could look, which is not the end-all be-all, but I want to at least get, like, a stable frame rate, you know, ideally. I was really, like, I disappointed. My buddy and I have, like, a console, like, the account share thing set up between consoles, between our Xboxes, and he got Borderlands 3, which is a fine game, and I enjoyed playing it, but it just ran bad. And I don't have a One X, I have a regular Xbox, which is fine. Like, I got it, it's on a launch console, but it was, like, within a few months of launch, I picked it up, and it runs stuff okay, but that game just didn't run great. Like, it got 30 frames most of the time. I played Just Cause 4 because it was free on Xbox a little bit, and it was like it didn't run well at all, and I just couldn't do it. And then it came out on, like, it was free on Epic Games for this week, so I picked it up, and it runs great on this. Like, I get, you know, everything maxed out, running at 70 or 80 frames, and then also I can sit here with the monitor, and I have an ultra wide monitor, so I have the extra view on both sides. Like, I can't go back and it feels bad to go back and play games like that don't run well on the Xbox, for example, right? So that's the only problem, is if I'm gonna do console games, it needs to be something I can only play on console, or something that is gonna run well, agnostic of what hardware it's on. Yeah, Skyrim's also like 10 years old. It probably isn't that bad on Switch. You're right. But also, I've played that game. It's fine. I don't. Yeah. If I was a kid and needed something to do, like that game, yeah, can eat your life and you could smile the whole time about it, right? But you know, I don't need to play that game again. I played it once. It was fine. That wasn't my first one of those games. So a lot of people, that was their first one of those games. But I played Morrowind back when that first came out, and that Skyrim was like Morrowind. It was better, you know, and it was. But I've already played hundreds of hours of that, you know, and then I go to Skyrim, play it once. Okay, that was whatever 50 to 70 hours, whatever it ended up being. Okay, that's fine. I'm done. I don't need to go back and make a tower of cabbages to impress nobody. I don't need the internet. That's fine. There's a lot of folks submitting videos this week of them playing guitar. Like, man, I hope they got that whole thing I put out about the Fender 3 months of free lessons thing, because if you're sitting around bored all day, you get really good at guitar in 3 months if you have like actual like good like resources to use to get better at it. Yeah, for me that'd be, I have some horrifying number of hours from the years I played World of Warcraft. It wasn't as bad as my friend, who I think he had like years played. It went past days played into years played, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of time. But yeah, that's, you know, that kind of game is made for that, obviously. Okay, Destiny 2 is fine. Destiny's fun. Armando, you can't just say everything sucks, dude. Be nice. Or at least make a good argument for why you think it's not the best thing ever, right? Like, just saying. Yeah. You can have your opinion, but you can't just say it's bad. Because that's not objective. That's very much an opinion. You can say you don't enjoy that game. That could be true, but we're not going to make value judgments about it based on our own personal thoughts on it. Yeah, that's my problem with Destiny, Harry. But again, hey, you know, we're sitting here, whatever, week 4 of quarantine, and when this is all over, we get to celebrate by having a whole summer of sitting around the house and probably not being able to go anywhere. So I bet at some point I play some more Destiny, but not today, not this week. There you go. Good job there, Harry. Very nice. Man. All right, I know you're hungry, Lisa. I'm ready to go here, and you're hogging all my airwaves. That's on the computer, though. Oh, you just want to turn your stream off? Oh, I could just do that. I thought you were like I thought you were like still trying to like play to fill the time for me, but you're good. I'm in trouble now. Do. All right, grades. I mean, there's ways to get around the. You can go. There's like discords for like find a group. But yes, the added that is really that was always like I can't talk. That's what always happens to me is I play Destiny, and usually I do it because I have some friends who get back into it, so we all go together, and there's like 2 or 3 of us, which is great. And then you get there and you're like, okay, I want to do a raid, and you have to try and find like 3 randos to do it with, and it's like, okay, well it takes like an hour to get not an hour. It takes a certain amount of time to like get the group set up. And then you want to go do the thing, and it's like, okay, that's going to take a lot of time. And then if someone leaves, you're like, okay, now we're back to square. We have to go back on the Discord and find someone to come in, and they have to know that, okay, we're starting on this boss, blah, blah. Like, there's just so much extra. There's so much extra to get it done. Like, I know they don't want to do, like, a looking for raid thing in the game, but they need to. Just, like, let it be a dang, like, slot system that fills up. And just make it quicker to start, because it sucks to have to use third-party tools to make it happen. Like, yeah, if you have 6 friends or a huge clan and like everyone wants to raid all the time, that's fine. And the raids are great. That's the problem. I mean, that's the problem is Tower. Like the raids are really good, and you should like I want to do them, but I can't, or it takes too much effort to make it happen. And yeah, again, if like hey, you're a kid playing it and you have a ton of free time. Different story, right? Like that's not the problem. The problem is, you know, if I want to come home after like a day of school and like sit down and do a raid, well, the raid's gonna take probably 2 or 3 hours. It's 6 p.m. If I were to start the raid right now, okay, I'm done at 9. At some point, I have to do adult things like take out the trash or do laundry. Like the amount of time it have to make it happen, and the amount of time it takes to set up, like that makes it too much. Like I can't. If it's gonna take me 2 hours to run it, but it takes me half an hour to an hour to set it up, then like, okay, now that time jump just got X amount bigger, and there's a certain break point where you gotta say no, and that just is what I do. So, and that's what I can't. I'm not gonna be able to play enough to go like join a hardcore clan and do like that in-game stuff. Like, okay, we're gonna run the raid 3 times a week on all of our characters. Like that ain't me. Some people like really enjoy that, I'm sure, but yeah, I don't know. I spent my years and my time running, you know, WoW raids and doing that stuff and being on like the bleeding edge of content and being like in those like not world first but like those server first like US top 100 like guilds and clears and stuff, and like that was great and fun, but it was also a lot to do, and that was like I was not married, I was living like teaching band but like living by myself. Like okay, yeah, I can come home and I can spend X number of hours 3 days a week doing this stuff and not worry about it too much. So we're talking about Destiny, but also talking about WoW on the side because reasons. But now, we're talking about other stuff. We're moving on. All right, let's see if I actually set it up right to have this not be, to have it not break my system. Does my controller work? It's a little loud, sorry. This game is great. We're going to play 30 minutes of it. Alright, so we're going to start from square zero. Because we are. Okay. Fast. Yeah, we got stereo. Let's go. Okay, which style of flavors or which flavor of Windows do we prefer? Type in chat fast. Banana? All right, well, you said banana. First to say it. All right. All right, we're gonna be a purist here. We're gonna stick with just the stock names because I feel like it. We're gonna be Ness. I wonder if I don't care just defaults to their standard names. I think yeah. Okay, that's all right. Cool. Do that. This whole game just has nothing but just like sick jams the entire time. It's so good. Oh, what's the dog's basic name? I don't know. King? Okay, sure. Is it? Oh, it rotates. That's fun. Sparky. Sparky's pretty good. We'll be Sparky. Sparky's pretty good. Oh, Baba is that's pretty good actually. Hold on. We can do that. What? Okay, come on. I kind of like Baba. We'll do that. Alright. Who's got the fastest fingers in the West here? I'll wait. I saw tacos first. Tacos are also good. I had tacos yesterday and the day before because leftovers are a thing. Alright, for this one though, we have to do the obvious one. Sorry, no options here. Coolest thing banned. All right. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. This game's so good. You don't even know. You'd be like, oh man, Smash Brothers, this is what all this stuff's from. I'd be like, yeah, yeah, it is. I knew it before it was cool. It's crazy. Like how many kids only know like Link and Zelda from Smash Brothers, right? Or Sonic, right? Like what modern Sonic game has come out that a kid would play besides Sonic Mania? There's a lot of kids out there who think like, oh, yeah, it's Link from Smash Brothers. Like, no, it's Link from Legend of Zelda, but you don't know that, right? Oh, it's Ness from Well, no, he's in Earthbound, his mother. Did I set the controller up right? Hey, look at that. We're doing it. Yeah, that's true. There's Sonic TV. That's a bad example, I guess, but... I thought it was a faster way to talk. I guess there's not. Yeah. Ooh, piece of candy. I thought there was a faster interact button. I guess there wasn't. Maybe I dreamed that. Oh, maybe there is. Yeah, okay, left trigger, oddly enough, I think does the instant, like, pickup stuff. Yeah, okay, alright, cool. Now we know. Sorry, when you remap Super Nintendo stuff onto Xbox controllers, it doesn't always... I mean, they're different, right? I had to get all the letters backwards and stuff, too. Oh, Mom. Real good parenting here. Yeah! Now we Ness. Canonical Ness. Let's see, where's he at? Oh, huh. 1 second.
Mic off. Mic on.
Sorry, I was looking for something. We've already been here. Sorry. Whoops. Pro strats. Go back where you already went 1,000 times and do the same things, expecting different results. All right. We're going to be careful. Hey, Sparky. Or Baba, sorry. Hey, Baba. I don't remember Lucas's whole story. I don't think he's a clone. He's a character. He's not in this game. Lucas is in basically Earthbound sequel. Like this is Earthbound is Mother 2 in Japan. Mother 3 is what is Lucas is from. And Mother 3 is not out here, so. Anyway, we could talk a lot. We're gonna kind of skip ahead a little bit here. If I was feeling real lame, I'd turn on there's a way to turn on turbo so I can like fast forward and skip some of this stuff, but I don't want to do that right now. Someday I will because this game is really grindy. Am I walking the wrong way? Where do I need to go? I got to go see the cops down here is what it is. So yeah, Satoru Iwata, who was like the Nintendo president who passed away a couple years ago, from I forget what he ended up having bile duct cancer or something. He was like the one who like helped localize this game and helped code this game and kind of saved it because this game was not going to come out in the U.S. except for some Herculean efforts by him and the team to actually take this game and localize it. Y'all can read fast, right? I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and read a ton of this stuff. There's a lot of good flavor in this game that you have to actually talk to people and read to get the jokes. That's got to be like a. Oh, his name is Liar Exaggerate. It's pretty good. If you didn't catch that, I don't think I ever caught that before. When I replay this game, a lot of times I'll sit there and have turbo on and just like fast forward through a bunch of this stuff. Like just you can run really fast and move quickly. Pokey ends up being the villain of Mother 3, by the way. Fun fact. So he's the only like thing I think that's like kind of consistent with the two games. Okay, I know we have to go home actually to like trigger this scene to be progressing. Yeah, we're friends. Okay. Oh, nope, this way. Okay, I know at some point something happens here. Hopefully I did everything correctly. What's up? Yeah, well no. Okay, maybe you think we gotta start the mom now? Because she wasn't out here before. Yeah, that's right. Okay. However, not done yet. Haha. It is a very annoying knock. She's not wrong. Yeah. Pokey and Picky, pretty good. That's true. Spent a lot of time changing clothes so far in this game. Just like Animal Crossing, this is great. Basically the same game. Yeah, these toasts, like the little like audio clips that play, real good. So yeah, you save the game by calling your dad at all the telephones in the game, and he gives you a little bit of money throughout. So. Oh, come on, use the door. Not all of them do, but this game sure does. So you'll see Pokey just does nothing the entire time he's with you. The cool thing about this game is if you, and I'm not going to sit here and level grind right now, but if you end up getting higher level than the enemies that are around you, well, first off, like, historically speaking, this game was kind of unique because you were fighting enemies, like, on Overworld, right? Like, you had these sprites came up to you and you fought. It wasn't, because, like, before Final Fantasy games, like, you just walk around, you'd have that like, pulsing screen, and you'd go into combat, and you wouldn't know what you were fighting. Right, it wouldn't be like you saw it on the map, you ran into it, now you're fighting. It was just random encounters, right? So this game doesn't have random encounters. It's all, okay, here's the enemy sprite on screen, it will come towards you, you go toward it, it will engage, right? Which is fine, and you have, well, we don't have anything right now to use in that regard, but you have your attacks, you have your spell, which is the Psy equivalent. You have your critical hits, which are called smashes. But it's cool because in this game you have those engagements on the map. They come towards you, you fight them, and then later on, if you end up being a higher level than like the enemies by a pretty fair margin, where the fight isn't fair, the enemies will actually run away from you. So as you get close to them, right now they're going to come toward me. But later on, if I were to become back here and be stronger, the enemies will actually run away, and they will not engage you. And if you go and if you run into them and try and fight them, you'll automatically win. It will say like, oh, you just won automatically, and it gives you some like really paltry small amount of experience points. But it's kind of a cool thing, right? It's like if in a Pokemon game you're fighting like a level 10 Pokemon, you level 100 Pokemon, it would run away from you. You would never actually fight it unless you were actively going after it. There's some cool stuff with how the game treats like the gauges in this game too, like your life gauge and stuff, because it actually rolls down. It's not like if you take 90 points of damage and it immediately takes 90 off your health. That in the combat, the actual like ticker will roll down kind of slowly. So if you're fast enough, if you take like a critical hit and take a ton of damage, but you're quick enough and you get back to your turn and you can cast a heal while the life bar is still counting down, it will actually start to go back up. So you can kind of you can save characters kind of in real clutch ways. But they take real big hits, but if you have a heal going to them quickly, because it will have to roll down to get to 0. So yeah. A lot of really cool like ahead of its time systems in this game back when games just didn't do stuff like that. I sure do. Uh-oh, we're getting some story here. There's your big bad, Gigas. sure did. Yeah. Buzz Buzz. Alien B from the future, let's go. Yeah, good call back there, Matt. Haha. Spooky. Oh, sorry, this way. This is a good game with headphones on. All of these sound effects are like only in one channel, which is kind of neat. I mean, like most games are like that, I know, but back then that wasn't the case. Like stereo mono selection was kind of a new thing. Good boss music in this game. This is like one of a bunch of tracks. Starman Jr. So we're not doing much damage here. But Buzz Buzz is. Pokey smiled insincerely. Here we go. Bad news there. Alright, we need to go back to their house, I think, first. Just what we have to do, I forget. This is some good stuff coming up here in a second, by the way, if you weren't sure. Just like that. And more Buzz Buzz. RPG setup, yep. This game knew what it was doing. There we go. There's that music. Oh, and there it goes. This game is great and weird, by the way. I know you knew that, but I keep saying it. Say Fuzzy Pickles. Fuzzy Pickles. Just flies away. I forget what he says in Japanese. I know it's something kind of dumb and funny like Fuzzy Pickles, but a Japanese version of it. There it is. Oh, that's, yep. Okay. Got our workout in for the day. Gotta get those steps. I think now we just gotta net and, like, kind of pal around there a little bit. There's still guys to fight. Snackety snacks. This early part of the game is actually one of the harder beginnings to an RPG, I remember, because like some of these early fights you get into with like I know what's coming up. Like the first like kind of like mini boss you fight in this game in Onet down here. Like I remember that being hard when I was a kid. Like man, I didn't realize like I really needed to go like grind out like fights and level up and go in there with a plan because it hurts. Is that what you say? Was something funny? You can borrow a mouse or nothing. Alright, let's go. Yes, I do. Is that true? Did I set it right? Yep, there we go. I don't think there's anything like super important in here. I think it's just shoot. There's just a lot of like info about the game, right? It's what a lot of these games did back then. Final Fantasy's all had a spot like this where you go and it'd be like a training academy, and all the guys would like tell you about a lot of the game systems that he didn't tell you straight up. So we'll talk to this weird mask guy and then we'll leave. Okay, well there you go. All right. Because there'll be a lot of just kind of walking around town doing stuff anyway. I think we go to the arcade, the first fight's in the arcade. Because I think Giant Step is up here. Sure. We got a green circle, which means if I approach the sprite from the right direction, I'll get a surprise. I'll get like the first attack. I'll get initiative, right? If I turn my back to them and they come and attack me, I get a red circle, and that means you lost the first attack. These things hurt. Yep, feel free to subscribe there, Miles. So we basically do this every day at 10, so... Nah, we don't need any hints, balls. We good. But yeah, I think Giant Step's up here, and there's like some of the local town guys are blocking it. Yeah. Well, shoot. I might die here, I don't know. If I miss a bunch more times, he attacks me. I'm gonna do okay. Cookie. Alright, let's see. Where's my menu? Nope. Nope. Yep. There you go. Cool. So we got a self heal, which is kind of a good thing. So yeah, the door's locked, and I think that you have to. When you find out the door's locked, you have to go get it from someone in town, and you find out that it's the sharks the cops are talking about are the ones who have the key. You can heal either like you can go back to your house and your mom gives you tacos and you go to bed, and you heal, or you can go to I can use items like there's I got cookies from these crows I'm fighting. They heal. You can heal yourself with Life Up Alpha. But you have a certain amount of your psi points, right, that you can't go past. So at some point, basically, we'll grind out some enemies, and you go back home, you sleep, and you get your experience and your. Okay. You get your experience, and you go home, and you heal up and go back out and do it again. So you get strong enough to where you can, go fight the boss here. That's your plain Jane shop, obviously, with the great shop music in this game. Don't need a cold room, but you can. They have weird ailments in this game. Like you get stuff like sunburn and cold. It's all very like pedestrian kind of stuff, which is that was funny. So if it's an upgrade, your screen flashes, right? If it's a downgrade, it doesn't. But I have no money to spend on this stuff right now, so I'll save up for the T-ball bat. That's usually what I end up getting before you go fight the mini boss here. But I mean, you basically, if I, so do I just talk to this? So I can take out $80. Actually, I guess I'll do that right now. Oh, unless I press the wrong button. So every time you call on the phone, your dad makes come out him putting money into your account. And so over time, you basically just gain money by playing the game and getting experience. I forget if enemies. I guess you could probably sell stuff. Yeah, so you can sell something that's dropped, but the hardest boss in this game. I mean, I don't know. These are like I said, these early bosses. There's actually quite a few tough bosses in this game. Unless you're like not doing your grinding level up job. If you're spending your time, sure. Yes. If you're leveling up like you're supposed to be, then it's not too bad. Oh, okay. Groovy. So now he'll say he added money to my account. There you go. And it'll tell you if you need experience. You can save your game here. Yep, cool stuff. Burger shop sells burgers you can use as healing items. You can also find them in garbage cans, I believe. Great. Hey, you know what? When money's tight, you gotta do what you gotta do. This game's good. Built-in hint system where you should be going, just in case you get confused. This game does have some spots where you kind of aren't sure what to do next in some cases, because you have to go somewhere and do something in some order, It's not like it's really impenetrable or impossible to figure it out on your own, but it's nice that's a built-in thing. He'll kind of give you a little bit of a hint. Oh, I think... Can I go to the hideout already? There's definitely a hideout. Up north. And I gotta go see Mr. Liar Exaggerate. Burger! Oh, man. Lame. The arcade should be down there, I think. I don't want to go that way just yet. Let me go up and see if I can see if Mr. Liar Exaggerate is around. You can talk to animals in this game because, of course, you can. Let's see. There's also the hideout up here. I don't know if I went to the hideout. Oh, these fairies also heal you or give you back your psi points, which is kind of a cool thing. I mean, there's like a 3-second delay between what I'm doing and what y'all are seeing, but that's about as low as you can get it on YouTube. Twitch is a lot worse, so that's why I decided to use this. No, you can't get run over by a car. The cars will stop. Hey, there we go. No more one-hitting stuff. Feels good, man. Clap. Okay, I thought there was a hideout you could get into up here. Oh, it's right there, yep. Can I actually get there right now, though? I don't know if I can or not. I forget. At some point, it's like part of the store. I think you end up back up there. Oh, yep, no, you can. Cool. Oh, well, I just paid money for this baseball hat I bought a second ago, but whatever. That's okay. Missed a baseball cap. Cool, cool. Oh, cool. Blocking. Yep, uh-huh. Yep, Yep, great. Alright, there we go. Yeah, this is a game I played when I was a kid. Super Nintendo era here. Okay, let's go back up and see if we can get to Mr. What's-His-Face up there. Treasure hunter dude. Because I forgot to go see him. Oh, it's almost time to move on, too, and be done for the day. Womp womp. Stop dodging. Yeah. Yeah, I think this era of games like holds up. Like it's, you know, there's a reason why this style came back in like vogue in the 2000s, in the 20 teens, right? It's because like, oh, it looks good, you know, it's not like, because like 64 games and PlayStation 1 games, like that polygonal like garbagey mess looking, you know, thing. It's not like it looks terrible, but that, I think, art style doesn't hold up like this stuff does. Because a lot of this stuff was like, okay, well, you got pixels to work with, so a lot of it's like, how's the style, right? Like, how are you making this game look with the tools you have? And I mean, everything in 3D is still like 3D polygons, like 64 era stuff is a lot of the same thing. But there was a lot of good looking games from this era, and they all look kind of different. It's all like, you know, kind of limited with what the technology was available at the time was. But yeah, there's a reason why like 2D pixel art and stuff like that's why it's still cool. I mean, yes and no. Even nowadays, you have different. You know, it's the team that does the graphics is not the same as the team that does the gameplay, right? It's not usually the issue nowadays. Like some people do. I remember that being a thing people talked about a bunch back when. You know, like I said, back when people complained about like, oh, like World of Warcraft content, like this is not coming out as fast as we want it. Oh, see, so now we're high enough level, we're going to win automatically sometimes. Hey, you know, World of Warcraft content, this is coming out, and oh, you're spending so much time on this thing, and we're not getting this, we want this instead. And it's like, hey, we have different teams. Like, if we don't do this thing for these people, like this system we don't improve, it doesn't make this raid come out any slower. It's just like we have this team for this team for that. They're not really related. It's all compartmentalized. I forget what this whole storyline thing is here. Spooky, 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 spook. Good MIDI tuba sounds here. Yes, this is a big deal. I forget why. I forgot what that statue comes into play later. I forget what it's why. So this is a game I replay every couple of years or a few years, just like in the summer or something sitting around. But I forget some of these story beats, which is a good thing, right? You don't want to sit there and play it so much you just like are doing a rote activity. Whoa! That snake just ran at me. Yeah. Because, I mean, so basically now, they may still run at me, but I think I'll probably auto-win most of these fights. I guess not all of them, though. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed the look of this game and enjoy the early part of this game, like, it only gets better. Like, when you get more party members, then you have, like, the story of this game is really cool. Like, there's a lot of good, like, well-written characters and kind of well-written, like, moments in the game. A lot of good, like I said, the localization of this game, like, the translation from Japanese. They, you know, it's not like it's to localize something, and again, I'm not expert in this or anything, but to localize something and to not just do a one-to-one translation, but to maintain the spirit of the game. And like, this game is kind of silly and has like some kind of weird, like, kind of cool stuff in it. Like, you can't just one-to-one translate Japanese English and keep that, you know, that sensibility. You know, you have to kind of make some, not compromise, but you have to kind of reinterpret sometimes how the translation works to be able to maintain that kind of like silly fun aspect of it. So they did a good job. Like, there's a lot of puns in this game that don't work when you translate, but they made, you know, English versions of those puns. So it does still work on the spiritual level. It still works, you know, even if it's not a straight, you know, one-to-one translation, because it doesn't work if they do that. No, with the cookie, it's fine. Yeah. Ness abandoned the cookie. Sad face. I'll get my button straight eventually here. Alright, let's go down to the arcade and just, like, see the sights there, and then, you have to heal manually. Yeah, I don't know why that hid, sorry. You have to heal manually. Your health will not go up. Yeah, I mean, quality of life changes, right, in RPGs and stuff these days. And I'm not gonna sit there and be like, oh, well, this game is not good because blah blah. It's not the case at all. Oh, they will team up on you. So that two guys just ran upside. I'm fighting two guys now, not one. And these guys may hurt me. I forget. They are pretty strong. Ooh, big yikes. We're gonna hope he misses or something. Whew, yeah, good. So yeah, you don't normally fight two of these guys at once, so you're supposed to take quite a bit of damage and then you're good to go. But when they go 2-on-1, you're gonna get messed up a little bit. So we'll see what happens here. I forgot how to do a save state in this game. Hold on a second. Let's see. There's a way to save. There's like a quick key to save. Just in case, if these guys mess me up, I actually haven't saved the game in a long time, so. I think it's like Alt F1 or something. Skate Punk became tame. We're leveling up though. We're doing okay. We're doing okay. Let's try. Is it like? Is it Shift F1? Is that save? Yeah, there we go. Okay. Shift F1. Now we know. Oh, you're friendly. Oh no, you're not friendly. Yeah, again, like this game is pretty notorious for requiring you to do a lot of grinding to be like ahead of the curve, where the game is not like, not that the game's like, well, yes, throw cookies away. This game is hard if you play like on level. Like you want to be a little ahead of the curve if you can be. Not that it's unwinnable, because people will speedrun this game and can beat it. And there's ways to like manipulate the RNG of like combats and stuff, so that you know what's coming and you won't get yourself, you know, beat up too bad. But oh boy, well, hey, all right, cool, that'll do. But see, we gained a level and already they're doing like half the damage they were, and I also have like 30% more hit points than I had before, so. Again, but you can see the value of, okay, if I set my like turbo button on the controller, like if I hold down whatever, it'll run it like triple speed. You can sit there and you can kind of grind through fights pretty quick and not feel too bad about it. We're gonna do a little bit more of fighting these guys, but then maybe we'll save the first boss fight for tomorrow. That's already noon here, and I need to get some work done. Boy, 3's a lot though. Huh. Okay, well. As long as I keep missing, that's fine. Hey, we're here for the music, Ash, and we're not here for the gameplay, even though the gameplay is very good. Oh, whoops. See? There you go. And that's it. Like, I should have saved again. Here, we'll do one more fight and we'll stop here, because I don't want to just these same 3 fights again. I was sitting here talking, just pressing A and not worried about it, so. Okay, so let's save. Boom. Go away, screen. Guess we'll exit. So, anyway, that has been a morning, y'all. I'll keep working on grades this afternoon. If you're turning in stuff, then look out for your grades to be posted on Canvas, and then we'll be back here 10 tomorrow. We may do some more Earthbound. I like this game. I don't mind playing it. We got to do some more Subnautica, Minecraft at some point. There's a lot of stuff working. We're having a good time. Entertaining mornings is the plan here. So, yeah, we'll check you guys out tomorrow. And if you have any questions, I'm on the computer all day. So we'll see you when we see you. Have a good one.